So Paul just hollered at me a whole lot because I took the keys out and I didn't hand them to him. So he started to panic. He panics real fast, you know. So the keys are not there. That's the end of the world. Someone came and stole them. And no, Nicola left. Nicola went out to the intersection with the keys, and she just jumped in a van or truck with someone else and left. And yeah, like that sounds like something I would do. No, particularly not without my purse, you know. I mean, that'd be really ridiculous. So, but yeah, that's the serious fear that I might just, you know, he taps me when he wakes up at night, taps me on my butt, and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I just wanted to see if you're still there. He doesn't trust me at all. He thinks I'm just gonna hitchhike to Pahrump, Nevada, and I'm gonna just move in with some sleazy guy. I got cookies on my cookie crumbs. He thinks really bad about me. I mean, really the worst, you know, the absolute worst. He thinks of me like I'm some kind of moronic imbecile, brainless, driven by impulse. I mean, it's partly true, okay? I have to admit that. It's partly true, but I still have a brain, you know? I have a large brain, and I use it, and I'm not putting poison into my brain. I don't put any poison in my brain. I don't put alcohol into my brain. I don't put drugs into my brain. I don't even put marijuana into my brain. I don't put funky mushrooms into my brain. Only healthy mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, I put in my brain. And so I had, because we had so many fights on this camping adventure, that he made me so incredibly mad with his behavior that I had 2 nervous breakdowns. They were bad, you know, they were really bad, and some unrestful nights, and like thinking I need to leave, you know, but I would never leave without the purse, and I wouldn't leave just into nowhere, just like go somewhere, you know, with my purse and a backpack and just go hitchhiking when there's coronavirus and when there are rapists out there, and the world is a total freaking mess, you know. So no, I can't do this. If I left, I would have to plan this ahead of time, you know. I would have to really think about this very well. Where am I gonna go, you know? Not into a forest and then be here like Snow White in a forest, completely lost, with a purse, backpack, and a closed backpack, and not knowing where to go. I might meet a bear, and the bear might like me and keep me warm, and that has happened before. Little boy wandered into a forest somewhere in the Midwest, and it was during the winter time, and like a week later or so he came back to his parents' house. He found his way back to his parents' house, and they said, how did you survive? Well, a bear came along, he said, and he was like 5 years old or 6 years. Bear came along, and the bear liked me, and the bear gave me food and kept me warm, held me in his bare arms like all night long. So, and these things do happen, but it is very rare. And I'm not gonna take any chances. So, I need to know where I'm gonna go. So, and then we had long discussions about what we're gonna do, how we're gonna do this. We looked at properties for sale. We looked at this one property that he wanted, which is very nice. The real estate lady was extremely rude. It's like, how are we gonna do this business if you don't even come to my office? Well, obviously Paul didn't want to take the chance with the coronavirus. He wanted to look at the property first, so we called. We said, we're here at the property. Can you come down there? Man, I would love to. Well, that doesn't sound like it. But I have an appointment later with an alcoholic voice. And so, okay, then don't bother. We are just going to look at it. And if we like it, we'll call back. How about that? And then we never did call back because there was a rude neighbor lady who looked and sounded just like the real estate lady. She said, you're on our property now. Well, there's no property limit, or there isn't any stake in it anywhere that says, no, this is where this property ends and that property begins. So how are we supposed to know this, right? We don't have Google glasses on yet that will tell us, here, red flag, this is where the property line is, blinking red arrows in my Google sunglasses from the future. No, we don't have that. So, but anyway, this is a beautiful place. I can hear the frogs. It's gorgeous. There's a lake down there. We went down there. Way too many people by that lake. It would be nice without humans, but obviously people that are making fires and they smoke the entire area out. And so we left. I wanted to put my ankle into the water, maybe go swimming, but the water is probably way too cold. We went to hot springs several times, soaking in hot springs. That was nice. but but the trail to the hot springs was problematic already for me. So yeah, I said to Paul, okay, well, that if it's already so problematic to go down that trail, and the first time I went without the hiking pole, I almost slid down there because it's really steep and it's like a gravel that slides, and if you don't really have good traction under your soles, and I was wearing these Croc shoes, I almost slid down there. And I said, so if it's problematic for me, then you can definitely not do it, even with 2 hiking poles. But then he said, but he needed it, he needs the hot springs. So, okay, so then the next time I took 1 hiking pole, he took 1 hiking pole and came down after me. I wanted him to wait first so that I can come back first and then he can use 2 hiking poles, but he couldn't wait. He wanted to go in the hot springs. He almost fell. But the way up, that was really hard, because then he was overheated from the hot springs. He almost passed out. And then he had to hold on to the grasses on the side of that trail. And I mean, it's really not made for elderly people, that trail. So so, I mean, for me it's okay, if I use 2 hiking poles, it's perfectly fine. But for someone with type 2 diabetes who can barely walk, it's not a good idea. So, but the hot springs were really nice. It was awesome. Paul stayed in for way too long. That was not good. That's why he almost passed out. And when I first went in there, I stayed in too long as well. And then when I got up, I also got very, very dizzy. And I think there are also some kind of minerals in it that are probably like lithium, for example. When you have too much lithium in your brain, then maybe that can have an effect on your, I don't know, on the brain alertness or something. So, but yeah, I don't want to make the video too long because I have 2 other videos in there that I have uploaded today to Nikki Loves Dogs, but Paul wanted to see them tonight, the cow video and the horse video. So I don't want to make the videos too long, and then when we get when we go back into the hometown, I'm gonna upload those 2 videos that I made here in the forest. And then I'm also gonna make a video on Fort Bidwell. I will have to study this really in depth. Maybe Project Gutenberg might have even some kind of book or some kind of history storybook on this. They have antique books that you can download for free on Project Gutenberg. These tablets here, these Voyager tablets from Walmart, they allow Project Gutenberg and they allow the uploading of those free antique books, which I think is fantastic. The Kindle doesn't allow it because they want to have the monopoly over the Amazon bookstore, and they want people to buy books from Amazon, so they don't want people to get Project Gutenberg books, so because they're greedy. Amazon people, greedy. Okay, so but Walmart is better with this, and I thank them for that. You know, why buy new books when there are thousands and thousands of books that are very, very interesting, that are antique, you know, Judy Krishnamurti, Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, and many others, many other antique books about history and so on that you can download and that are important to read. I think for my life, I like to know more about certain historic places, and Fort Bidwell is certainly something that I would like to buy. You know, that would be amazing, but I can't. I don't have millions of dollars, and it's not even for sale. It's a historic landmark. It's like a museum, but it's boarded up. So, but when we got there, that was the most amazing. The sun's coming out. It was the most amazing thing. When we got there, we walked around that fortress, and we walked past this one window that was broken in, and suddenly a really, really large pale owl in the middle of the day, like it was 2 p.m. or something. Big, huge, pale, whitish, beige spots. Owl flew out of that upper window, above Paul's head and out into the trees. And I was amazed about that. That was really awesome to see that owl. And I said, I'm sorry I woke you up. You know, you need to sleep. They sleep during the day. They come out at night. They go hunting for mouses and rats. So I woke that owl up, and that is not good. They need their sleep. The owl was like, who is that coming around here? Because nobody's supposed to be here. Yes, that was not nice of us at all. But we didn't know. So we couldn't get in. It was all boarded up. And I could sense entities, you know, not just the owl. There are other entities in there, several. And they're residing in there, and there a lot of things happened there, you know. So they have a dungeon in there, and who knows what has all happened in that fortress, you know. and the war with the Native Americans, and constant battles going on, throughout the years. I want to research this more in depth. And they always built those fortresses on rolling hills, mountain tops, of course, on knolls, on like outposts where they have a very good view over the valley. And so that sits on top of one of those rolling hills top, and it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. We walked around that entire area, and it has two cold streams that are running around that fortress on the bottom, and they meander through forested areas, and absolutely idyllic and gorgeous. That these places still exist on this planet, that's really something else. So really like a fairy tale. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So, but yeah, I had two nervous breakdowns. We had unbelievable fights. He was going on my nerves. He yelled at me, I yelled at him. It was awful. I said, I can't live with you. This is too much. This is not going anywhere. We can't even buy property together, because then we're gonna be having to deal with each other and work with each other, and working with him, at least for me, I don't know if other people could handle working with him. I doubt it though, because he throws accusations, blame, and insinuations non-stop, okay? And I don't think anyone can handle living with someone like that, where that's going. I know it's mental illness based. I know that, it's also based on his fear and his childhood and so on. But whoever deals with him, no matter how much I know that this is his own pain and his own story, I'm still a living being myself. I'm still with, I have my own childhood pain, I have my own needs, I have my own aspirations, and I have my own mental needs. I need peace of mind. I can't be with someone who's constantly throwing accusations at me. In the same sense, I can't be with someone who is constantly being upset about something that I said, which, he's constantly upset about the way I act, like taking the keys. That's like a big deal. Or if I check the water temperature of a pond, and then my winter boot slid into mud, near a cow pasture, then it's like, he completely loses it, and then I get mad, I get very mad when he loses it over some ridiculous stuff. And I also can't be with someone who is a total psycho, he's not a psycho, he's a crybaby, but I can't be with psychos either. I can't be with a guy who feels offended by any little remark or behavior or whatever that he might interpret as a rejection or as criticism or whatever. I can't be with someone like this either. I have stabilized myself to a certain degree. I am healing, but I am far from being this total, like, far from being this calm grandmother. So that is just, yeah, kiddo, don't worry about it, you know. I mean, my nerves, they get pretty inflamed too, sometimes. And I have a lot of patience, but then I have a lot of patience. But some people have extra much patience, as you've already seen if you've been watching my videos, you know. Particularly with this one Mirage man, I have a lot of patience, right? But he doesn't have any patience with me at all. So, and I don't know whether some of those are the Mirage men. They're all Mirage men, you know. So there could be one person, it could be different people. You know, several times a guy on Facebook would try to make friends with me. He talks to me like he's already known me for a long time. I have no idea who that is. By the way he talks, kind of like, do you know me? Who are you? You know, you're not telling me, okay? And then we go on the vacation. I don't have access, didn't have access to Facebook. I figured it out today because I had more time on a wireless hotspot out there. And then I see he's already blocked me because I haven't responded back immediately, you know. He already took that as an affront against him. So I can't be with people like this who have absolutely no patience whatsoever. People who misinterpret every single move in a way against them, you know, like I'm not respecting him, or I'm just ignoring him, or I play hard to get. That's what I have been accused. I do not play hard to get. Okay. If I don't respond, there's a reason for it. I don't have access to the internet. I haven't figured out how to use Facebook on this tablet yet, which I have now. And then I got the messenger, and then the Middle Eastern men were like bleep 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 bleep, calling all the time. I couldn't even write back to Sandy without the Middle Eastern men calling me on Messenger. I had to take this whole program back out. I can't be doing this. I have to, when I write on Facebook, I have to be in peace, you know. Type, it's already hard for me to type with 2 thumbs now, but I'm learning. I prefer to type with 10 fingers on my Chromebook, but you know, I have to take this messenger back out, but it might cut off at any time now because I don't know how long the uploading capacity is for this, but this is so nice and peaceful here. I wanted to make a video. So it was very nice out there in the high desert. Very, very wonderful. I can't say where we are now. These are all sacred places, and these are places where we come back to on our trips. So unfortunately I can't share where it is, and I didn't want to make a video at the hot springs because I also don't want to promote the hot springs and then have even more people go there and have the trolls go there and wait there for me, or I don't know what they might do. So those are all sacred places, and people, they really need to earn our respect first before we share something like this with someone, information like this. There are so many trolls in the world. Like, I would say 80% of humans are vicious, they're violent, they retaliate for no reason because, you know, same as anyone who suffers from a paranoia of being rejected all the time, you know, and for no reason. nobody even meant to hurt their feelings, or no one meant to ignore them, but they will take it as that, and they feel low about themselves, and so they want to let anger out on other people, and those are the ones that burn forests down. Those are the ones that will cause problems to the earth and other people and animals. And it's very difficult living with these people on this planet. Very, very difficult, okay? If those people behaved themselves well, even though with overpopulation, we could manage, we could get along, we could find ways to make it pleasant for everyone. If people didn't throw trash into the environment, or dump their cow manure into forests, or trash or furniture or whatever. So yeah, it's a problem. People, they don't behave respectfully, then they don't deserve the respect of someone who values this planet to give them information where these sacred places are. So that's what I wanted to say. But overall, this is, as always, it moves me forward. Those camping trips, they move me forward because I learn things. I learn things about myself. I learn things about Paul. I learn things about people in general. I learn things about animals. I learn things about psychology. I learn things about how to heal myself, with clays, with herbs. I'm drinking sage tea right now, which puts me in a good mood, calms down my mind, and makes me just feel infinite gratitude for this forest, for this now moment of life. So I have to turn the video off. He's coming back and he's gonna get mad and he's gonna say we have to go now as the sun is going down and blah 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 blah. Okay, always bickering, he's always mad. I'm always doing something wrong, and it's very difficult to live with him, to say the least. Very, very, very difficult. And it is what it is. This is what my situation is right now, and I don't know what to do. I don't know who to hook up with, The good guys, the kind-hearted, the animal rights guys are all taken. So we'll figure it out, We will figure it out. The carnivores, they're still looking for, and they like them PETA chicks, But they're not gonna adjust to them PETA chicks lifestyle. Nah. Because they identify themselves with being a carnivore. So the PETA chicks, they should find that sexy. No, we don't. No. We do not find that sexy. No. We see through this. This is ridiculous. Okay? So I'm not saying for anyone to be like completely vegan or anything. But please don't eat any more mammals, okay? Don't eat any more cows and pigs, or horses, or cats and dogs, or any mammal, okay? So that's the only thing I'm asking from people. That's the right thing to do. That's the ethical, kind way of living, Live in a kind way. You're given this gift of your body, of your existence. Your body is your temple, okay? Treat your body well, okay? Eat whole food, okay? You can eat some chicken and some turkey once in a while. There are animal rights activists that they'll hate me probably if I say that. So I'm not a radical. I'm not a militant person in any way. I'm radical in some ways with the AGI robots. I'm very, very radical, because very few people share that view with me. But when it comes to eating, just don't eat any more mammals. They are just as sentient as you are. That's cannibalism. Don't do it anymore. It's bad for them. It's bad. It causes incredible suffering, okay, in factory farms. And also hunting is extremely cruel. I heard incredibly, infinitely sad stories about that. One hunter shot the eyes out of a female deer. The male had to guide her. She was blind. He had to guide her to find food. People observe these things, okay? They're as sentient as you are. Don't do it. Don't shoot eyes out of a human. Don't shoot eyes out of a deer. Don't shoot at any mammal, okay? Don't do it. So I could never shoot any animal. I could never shoot a duck either, okay? But obviously, so we have to eat some poultry, once in a while for B vitamins. And I'm definitely not, I didn't evolve to be a vegan. I'm German, so we're meat eater lineages, This is our bodies required, obviously. But I cannot ever eat cows and pigs anymore. Absolutely out of the question. Can never eat those anymore. Okay, I grew up eating those. I never felt comfortable about it as a child either. But then we got addicted to it and all of this. And then Paul and his cousin Kenny, they really got me into animal rights in LA. So and then I started to read everything about it. And it opened my eyes, okay, and I said, there's absolutely no way I can continue with this blind living anymore. So the video is getting very long. It will take a long time to upload, but anyway, so that's what I wanted. I will make more videos, also talk about the trip, okay? So, and I just want to say I love you all. I love the Mirage Man, no matter how upset and mad he is about me. I love you infinitely much. I love you all, and I want you all to be happy, and I think about you, okay? So you guys take care. Peace and love.